northwest quadrant. Over.
Washington Control to Andrews Tower. Roger. We've got a scramble out.
What are those?
Slight temperature inversion.
You can see the difference in the returns, one strong, the other weak. These unknowns are solid objects.
Red Dog 1 to Washington Control. We're approaching the area. Over.
Washington Control to Red Dog 2. Change course to 265 degrees. Washington Control to Red Dog 1. Change course to 114 degrees. Over.
Red Dog 1 to Washington Control. Wilco, out.
About 4:30 a.m., Major Fournier received a long-distance telephone call from Robert Gina of Life magazine. He wanted permission for his people to interview the pilots of the first scramble at Newcastle. Major Fournier decided that under the circumstances, it would be wise for him to take the call.
Washington Control to Red Dog 1. Change course to 315 degrees. Over.
Red Dog 1 to Washington Control. Wilco, out.
Washington Control to Red Dog 1. Come in.
Red Dog 1 to Washington Control. Over.
Andrews Tower to Washington Control. Our scope shows Red Dog 1 is right in the middle of the unknowns.
Washington Control to Red Dog 1. Can you see anything on either side or to the front of you? Over.
Red Dog 1 to Washington Control. Can't see anything. Wait a minute. I see him. Yeah, I see him. They're all around me. They're moving in on me. They're coming closer. They're coming closer. They're coming right at me. Hold it. They're moving off. I'm at maximum speed. They're going away. They're gone. I can't see them. Red Dog 1 to Washington Control. I've been given permission to return to base. Over.
Washington Control to Red Dog 1. Roger. Out.
At 6 a.m. that same morning, I called Lieutenant William Patterson, the pilot of Red Dog 1, who had made visual contact with the unknowns. He could add nothing more to what he had reported to us over the intercom. Later that same morning, the White House placed a call to the Pentagon. Captain Ruppelt, who had flown in from Wright-Patterson and who was only beginning his analysis of the sighting, got the call from the White House.
Yes, sir. It appears to have been caused by temperature inversion. Yes, sir. We've had cases where radar blips have been caused by temperature inversion.
This was Captain Ruppelt's report to President Truman. But Captain Ruppelt had not been present at the Washington sighting. It wasn't until later that he learned there had been both visual and radar contact with the unknowns on that night.
Oh, your spokesperson. This is an important message for anyone who took the prescription drug Xarelto or Pradaxa and had a serious bleeding event. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered from a serious bleeding event, call 1-800-BAD-DRUG immediately. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious internal bleeding, stroke, and death. Call 1-800-BAD-DRUG. You may be entitled to compensation. Call now for a free consultation. 1-800-BAD-DRUG.
I'm just a guy who wants to buy that truck.
And I'm just a guy who wants to sell him that truck.
So I used TrueCar. They told me what other people in the area paid for the truck I want.
And because we're a TrueCar certified dealership, I already know the truck you want, so we're on the same page before it even gets here. It's fair.
And it's fast.
Look good?
It's great. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Do you have a structured settlement or an annuity? Do you receive regular monthly payments from an insurance company? Does it feel like your payments are never enough? What if you could turn those monthly checks into one large cash payment? How would your life change?
I am so glad I called J.G. Wentworth because they got me my money. They saved my life.
So when I first called J.G. Wentworth, this burden just got lifted off my shoulders, and I said, yes, like now I can honestly start this business.
J.G. Wentworth helped me get a house with no mortgage and a car with no car payments.
We did pay off the high interest debts that we had.
Right now I can live again and not stress over how am I going to pay this, how am I going to pay that.
J.G. Wentworth was definitely a blessing to my family and me.
Yes.
Call J.G. Wentworth now at 1-800-741-1404. That's 1-800-741-1404. Call 1-800-741-1404.
During the fall, everyone who has Medicare may be eligible to choose a new Medicare health plan. But you may be able to choose a new plan right now if you answer yes to any of these questions. Are you turning 65? Do you have both Medicare and Medicaid? Do you have Medicare, and are you losing employer health coverage? If you answered yes just once, you may be able to choose a new Medicare health plan right now. Don't pass up this opportunity. Call Humana at 1-855-382-4845 to see if you qualify and to help you choose the right plan. We'll send you our helpful Medicare Decision Guide, plus this informative DVD, both free.
Humana has nearly 30 years of Medicare experience
and offers a wide range of all-in-one Medicare Advantage health plans that include medical and prescription drug coverage and valuable extras like a 24-hour nurse advice line, the Silver Sneakers Fitness Program,
and mail-order prescription coverage.
All for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. With Humana, you'll get more than original Medicare alone and have the peace of mind of knowing you're covered for doctor visits and hospital stays, plus routine physicals and preventive screenings.
And when it comes to prescription drug coverage, our Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved on average almost $5,000 when compared to those not covered by Medicare Part D.
So if you can say, yes, I'm turning 65, or yes, I have both Medicare and Medicaid, or yes, I have Medicare and I'm losing employer health coverage, then ask Humana's licensed sales agents if you qualify to choose a Medicare health plan right now. There's no obligation. Plus, we'll send you this Medicare Decision Guide and this informative DVD, both free. So call Humana now at 1-855-382-4845 or go online to AskHumana.com and say yes to getting the right healthcare coverage without having to wait for it.
On Monday morning, an avalanche of calls from newspapers throughout the nation jammed the trunk lines at the Pentagon. The relentless pressure continued. We admitted radar contacts from the 3 surrounding airfields.
When did the saucers first appear?
9 p.m.
How long were they under observation?
6 hours.
How many were there?
14.
Could the pilot see any details?
No. which appeared in the Washington Times Herald, Lieutenant Patterson, pilot of Red Dog 1, said he concentrated on one of the bright lights, but it outran him. I tried to make contact with the bogies below 1,000 feet, Patterson said. I saw several bright lights. I chased a single bright light. I was at my maximum speed. I ceased chasing it because I saw no chance of overtaking it. Under the insistent demands from the nation's press and the accumulating pressure of the public, the Chief of Staff set up a press conference at the Pentagon. I was present when General Sanford spoke for the newsreel cameras.
The Air Force interest in this problem has been due to our feeling of an obligation to identify and analyze to the best of our ability anything in the air that may have the possibility of threat or menace to the United States. In pursuit of this obligation, since 1947, we have received and analyzed between 1,000 and 2,000 reports that have come to us from all kinds of sources. Of this great mass of reports, we have been able adequately to explain the great bulk of them, explain them to our own satisfaction. We've been able to explain them as hoaxes, as erroneously identified friendly aircraft, as meteorological or electronic phenomena, or as light aberrations. However, there have been a certain percentage of this volume of reports that have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible things. It is this group of observations that we now are attempting to resolve. We have, as of date, come to only one firm conclusion with respect to this remaining percentage, and that is that it does not contain any pattern of purpose or of consistency that we can relate with to any conceivable threat to the United States. We can say that the recent sightings are in no way connected with any secret development by any agency of the United States.
When I left the Pentagon that evening, General Sanford's words kept running through my mind. Credible observers of relatively incredible things. The theories of the skeptics could not stand up to the actual experiences of high-ranking military personnel, radar experts, airline pilots, and other responsible witnesses referred to by General Sanford as credible observers. I started to walk through the streets of Washington, the words remaining with me, credible observers of relatively incredible things. I recalled, when I first joined the project at AMC, how I regarded with disbelief the whole subject of flying saucers. But piece by piece, the evidence had crystallized until now, in my opinion, there was no doubt as to their existence. Now, so far as I was concerned, it was no longer a question of whether or not there were unknown objects flying in our atmosphere. For me, the only questions that remained were, what are these objects? Where do they come from? To me, the evidence indicated intelligence behind their control, and by now the belief that their source was interplanetary was no longer incredible.
This is the Montana film, projected exactly as it was photographed. The objects are moving against a 25 to 28 mile an hour wind. This is the film in double frame or slow motion. A slight bounce in the movement of the objects as well as the tower is perceptible. This is due to the handheld camera. The film, analyzed frame by frame, shows the movement of the objects to be horizontal and steady.
We will now vary the action and size of the objects and also stop the action from time to time for your study. We have just made a jump cut in the film to an enlarged size and reversed the action. You are now seeing the objects exactly as they were photographed, but from a closer perspective. Analysis reveals that the objects are not balloons, nor any kind of known aircraft. The images are very different from those produced by any kind of birds at any distance. The shape, brightness, speed, rectilinear path, steady motion, and separation rule out various forms of optical atmospheric mirages or cloud reflections. Comprehensive analysis has eliminated meteors and other known natural phenomena. The possibility of airplane reflection has been carefully studied and ruled out.
This is the Utah film as it was originally photographed.
The image structure and maneuvers definitely eliminate any kind of known aircraft.
This is where Chief Photographer Newhouse, in his excitement, changed exposure. He believed that by changing density and giving the film more contrast, he could clarify the objects. The single object that reversed its course. The bounce is due to handheld camera. Now we study the action of one section of the film. We stop the action. We move in.
Within a 5-mile range, aircraft could be determined. In excess of 5 miles, the speeds are greater than aircraft can achieve, except in straight-line speed runs. The movement here follows an elliptical or circular pattern. Microscopic examination reveals that the objects are well focused. Their size varies from 1/6 to 1/10 the size of the moon, as it appears to the naked eye. Their form is circular and sometimes elliptical. This fits the commonly used flying saucer description.
Observe the object in the upper left corner. We move in to study the action. The object upper left will go out of frame on widescreen projection. Observe the motion of the two objects upper right as we rock them back and forth. Now we move over and up on the frame to make a closer study of the object in the upper left corner.
Examine this object closely. Compare it with those objects you saw in the Montana film. These films were taken approximately 2 years apart, hundreds of miles apart.
We drop back to the original perspective and resume. Now the section of the film where photographer Newhouse changed exposure.
Weather conditions, together with the persistence and motion of the formations, eliminate the possibility of atmospheric mirages. Photogrammetric experiments have shown that the images cannot be associated with any kind of birds at any distance.
Stop. Now forward again. Stop. We drop back to original perspective. Now, once again, and for the last time, the Utah film.
The objects cannot be associated with any known balloon observations.
For the last time, the Montana film.
The motion picture you have just seen is authentic. It is substantiated by documentation, eyewitness accounts supported by affidavits, and official government reports. The evidence has been presented to you with integrity and objectivity to establish the fact that unidentified flying objects, commonly known as flying saucers, do exist. Some kind of flying objects have been photographed in the sky. If they cannot be identified as objects known to man, what are they? If they are not man-made, who made them? If they are not from this planet, where are they from?
Non-attorney spokesperson. Attention! If you or a loved one had a total or reverse shoulder replacement between 2011 and 2016,
call 1-800-881-6777.
You may be entitled to compensation. Evidence indicates that these devices can dislocate and loosen, causing severe pain, and may require revision surgery. If you or a loved one had a total or reverse shoulder replacement and suffered a dislocation or loosening requiring a revision,
call 1-800-881-6777.
Planning for retirement? Quick. What's your most valuable asset? No, not these. It's time. Because over time, you could achieve remarkable growth. So don't waste another minute. Go to personalcapital.com now for the most sophisticated retirement calculator available. A dashboard that shows you all your accounts in one place. Income, spending, investments, net worth, all in real time. You'll also get these free tools. Join for free at personalcapital.com.
Driving without car insurance? Sooner or later, your luck will run out. Someone will ask for proof of insurance, and if you don't have it, it'll cost you a hefty fine, your license, your car, even jail time. Why chance it? As little as $20 down gets you covered with Good to Go auto insurance. Go online and get a free rate quote in less than a minute, or give us a call. Like our price? Get proof of insurance on the spot. It's fast, easy, and cheap because you buy just what you need to be legal and pay as you go in monthly installments. If you're driving without car insurance, you can keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best, or put them to better use by visiting goodtogo.com or picking up the phone.
Call 1-800-504-2900 or visit goodtogo.com for a free rate quote now. That's 1-800-504-2900. There's no obligation. 1-800-504-2900.
That smells delicious.
Thanks, but it's for Sandra.
I know. Such a shame about Will. I'm glad you're doing this for her.
I just wish we could do more. She's got a lot on her plate now between William's hospital expenses and his funeral bills. She also lost his pension when he died. Makes me wonder.
I've been thinking the same thing. And you know, sooner or later, one of us may end up in the same position. And I think we need to protect ourselves with life insurance.
Yeah, but at our age and with your health, we don't have that kind of extra money. If we were going to get life insurance, we should have done it years ago.
Well, it's not too late. I looked into it. Mass Mutual has a policy designed to cover the things we need. And it starts at $10 a month.
Okay, so we can afford it. But what about your health?
You can't be turned down for health reasons. It's called Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance. What do you think?
I think it's something we need to do.
Now, if you're age 50 to 75, it's easy to get reliable coverage at an affordable price. Call Mass Mutual today for guaranteed acceptance life insurance. With no medical questions or exams, you cannot be turned down. With one phone call, you can get coverage ranging from $2,000 to $25,000, and premiums can start at less than $10 per month. Guaranteed acceptance life insurance can help your loved ones cover expenses such as funeral costs, remaining medical expenses, and credit card bills. You can choose from several convenient payment options, and benefits are paid quickly and directly to your beneficiaries. They can use it for any expense they choose. For more than 160 years, our policy owners have mattered most to us. Mass Mutual's ratings are among the highest of any company in any industry. You can feel confident we can help you protect the people who matter most to you with guaranteed acceptance life insurance.
Call us today at 1-800-315-8102. 1-800-315-8102. That's 1-800-315-8102.
Comet wants to send you to the last Stargate convention ever.
Let's go.
Go to CometTV.com/sweepstakes and enter to win. You and a guest could be on your way to Chicago for a once-in-a-lifetime Stargate experience, including cast autographs, reserved gold seating, and VIP backstage passes. Enter now at CometTV.com/sweepstakes.
I want to take a chance.
And to get tickets for the final journey Stargate convention, go to CreationENT.com.
Man carries a gun, he tends to use it.
Dan, you dead? Pity. I had just ordered a drink from that man.
Took a job looking for some men to join me.
Is it difficult?
Impossible.
How many you got so far?
You and me.
Who's she?
We work for her.
Good Lord.
That's right.
That man murdered my husband.
I want something. I take it.
He will take everything we have.
So you seek revenge?
I seek righteousness, but I'll take revenge.
I need more than a few to help us fight.
What a bunch of misfits we are. You know how to shoot that thing?
I'm good.
So am I.
Who's local, my friend?
Oh, we're good. We got a Mexican. I sense we are bonding. Oh. We got 7.
He's got an army.
And they'll be murdered by the world's greatest lover.
Why are you here? Fighting someone else's fight.
These people deserve their lives back. Just make sure we're fighting the battle in front of us, not the battle behind.
Every man's got the right to choose where he dies.
We have nowhere else to go, so...
You ain't never seen a soldier like me. 1, 2, 3, I'm a vigilante. 4, 5, 6, kiss that ass goodbye. When I pull the gun, then somebody gotta die.
What's the plan?
I've always wanted to blow something up.
It's not a plan.
Lights out. We can do this right now. I'm ready. Whoa.
How'd we do?
I think we killed them all.
Thursdays, starting at 8 on Comet. Watch 4 back-to-back episodes of Jeremiah. Don't fear the apocalypse. Fear the people who survive it.
I've seen the monsters out there. There's a lot more of them than there are you.
These are violent men. Violent men only understand one thing.
This fall, set your remote to autopilot.